What is good with the YouTube? It is your boy, Sean Rock to the represent Mandatory Thrive, because every day it is mandatory for us to thrive, and I am back again with another video. Before I start this video, I want to ask y'all to head over to Amazon.com, purchase my first published book, Get Nothing Less Than 300, From the Basement. Mind, body, and soul. Great read, great book. Alright, today I want to talk about some lessons I've learned, some experience I had. And it's going to be kind of a video that's all over the place, but I really want to get some points across and convey some things that I've learned in this journey and some things that I'm learning in this journey. And the journey is about how to be alone, dealing with being alone, why you should be alone, what's the value of being alone, what's the challenges of being alone, and what's the rewards of being alone. Let me turn the car off. It's gonna be a little cold in here, but number one, I want to just start off with the real genuine benefits that I see with being alone. Number one, the biggest benefit that I see about being alone is that you're able to clearly see or clearly find your purpose, your value, your identity, your self-worth, right? Your vision, your mission in life, right? Being alone gives you time to process that without it being warped, distorted, or mixed and skewed by the presence of other people's, opinions, other people's input, and just other people's presence, right? So that's one of the greatest things, right? It gives you time to really process all of these things. Who am I? What do I want? What do I want to do? And where am I going? And that's an amazing space to be in, right? And then from there, you can even go even further. And I would like to talk about my life. There's an ideal look that I want, right? There's ideal weight that I want. There's ideal body parts that I want to change. There's things I want to change about myself emotionally. There's things I want to change about myself physically. There's things I want to change about myself spiritually. There's an ideal number that I want financially for myself that looks a certain way. And when you're alone, you don't have the pressure to either pretend to be that ideal that you laid out, or loathe because you're not that ideal that you laid out, and you already have, people in your life, friends in your life, situations. So the second thing is, like, when you're alone and you're not really like super engaged in relationships, whether that's friendships, intimate relationships, you can actually legitimately become all of those things before you even entertain anything. And that, what I would say for the majority of humans, the majority of people, myself included, is one of the most wasted resources in the world, I think. Right? Because you waste it in your teenage years. Sometimes you waste it in your 20s. Some people waste it all the way. I know people who waste this valuable resource all the way into in their 60s, right? Because they're chasing it outside of themselves in some way, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through sex, whether it's through some form of addiction, whether it's through just giving up and quitting, or whether it's through the worst one. The worst one I think that people don't talk about is accepting. Like accepting, this is how I'm going to look, right? This is what I'm going to make. This is who I'm going to be. Nah. Being alone offers you the time to have that ideal person. You're never going to be perfect, right? But you can get as close to that ideal person that you want to be. And that way, when you begin to engage with new people, deal with the new people, you solid. You know what I'm saying? You solid. And you can move, right? Another thing that I feel that's really dope about being alone is that you learn your expectations, your standards, your boundaries, your philosophy, your perspective, right? What you gonna deal with and what you ain't gonna deal with. When you're alone, you're able to see and challenge things from the past, and even things that you may see happening in the future against your expectations, your boundaries, and your standards. And that's another big thing that I've been learning about being alone is like, I have standards that I have for myself. I have standards that I have for other people. I have boundaries I have myself. I have boundaries I have for other people. I have expectations that I have for other people, and I have expectations that I have for myself. And these things can be cemented and unwavering when you accept and embrace being alone, right? Because when you and we'll just kind of stop there and get into why people fear being alone, why I've always feared of being alone for, since I was 17, because some of the things that I've wanted to do, all of the things I wanted to do, I've kind of knew these things since I was a younger man. I don't think I had the self-control and discipline to implement them, but I knew these were things that I desired. But the fear of being alone is what kept me from doing a lot of these things. Or I would say I would do them part-time or get some of the results, but not fully become the holistic version of what I seen in my mind. And that's one thing that a lot of people have to learn. I'm not even technically truly alone. I'm dealing with people every day. But what I mean being alone is accepting the realness of actually being alone versus going out and creating things or manifesting things that don't make sense for your situation. So, or accepting things in your life, like accepting people or situations in your life that don't supposed to be there, but you're accepting them. But the reason why I wouldn't keep my expectations, keep my boundaries, right? Keep my perspective, is because I didn't want to be alone, right? Because being alone has a plethora of rewards, but it's hard, right? Versus being within context of people, right? Like I can go right now and get with some friends, or get with some person, some female, right, to subside my loneliness. But because I am not where I want to be, I'm going to have to accept certain things about that situation that doesn't align with who I am. And I could deal with it a couple ways. I can numb myself from it. I can deny that it's there, or I could just flat out be cool with it. But this is why people don't want to be alone, because when you're alone, you kind of have to see yourself. You have to see what you need to work on. You have to see all the things that you want and the hard work that it's going to take. And here's the biggest thing about it. You don't get validation, right? Nobody's validating you, especially if you're a man. Especially for a man. And this is why being alone is extremely difficult for a man. And when I say being alone, let me clarify this too. There are men around the world that's forced to be alone, but they're not truly alone. When I say being alone, what I mean by being alone is actually being alone and doing what you're supposed to do. Not numbing yourself, not entrenched in your addictions, not just staying the same. When I'm talking about being alone, I'm talking about being alone and actually growing into the person that you want to be. But a lot of people don't do this because of everything I just mentioned. It's extremely difficult for men, particularly, because women are going to get validated, right? They're going to get validated. People are going to throw themselves at them. People are going to do whatever. Because in society, women are, their looks are what mostly get their validation, right? So for men, even if you look well, like you're not going to get the same amount of validation. So for men, it's extremely difficult to be alone, because men may feel, the truth is your options are not limited, by the way, but you may feel like your options are limited, right? Because you're not getting the same amount of a validation. You may be getting some, but not the same amount. But at the end of the day, that's a part of the problem. Because, number one, all the validation that you need as a man is inside of you. Like, you don't need nobody to tell you that you the prize. Like, you don't need nobody to feel like you're the one. Like, you don't need nobody to feel like you're great. Like, you know what's going to make you great and make you feel great and make you never move off your purpose, make you never act on your emotions, make you never really be a sucker, you know what I'm saying, in no type of way, is knowing who you are, knowing where you're going, right? Knowing what you're doing and doing it. And not accepting nothing less than that. Not accepting nothing less than that. Are your nights gonna be lonely? Yup. Fill them up with stuff. Because you got stuff that you gotta do. There's more that can be done. Right? Are you going to feel? Keyword feel. We're men. We don't go by feelings. We go by logic. Are you going to feel whack? Yeah. You're going to feel whack. But you becoming great. And some of the things, you have to put things on the back burner. Like, right, my situation. I'm working on my hair. I'm working on my body. I'm working on all these different things. You know, if I go out, and I've had people, no cap, I've had people say, hey, bro, let's go here. Let's do this. Or girls say, you know, you want to hang out, blah, blah, blah. And you know, if I did that, what I would do is I had to line myself up. I had to spruce myself up. And I had to get off my purpose of getting to a place where my is solid, dog. My unwavering. You can't knock me off. Nothing in life can knock me off. But if I go and start living in the fantasy world, it's going to take little stuff off of my points. Right? I got a certain amount in the bank right now. If I go and do X, Y, and Z, I got to buy an outfit. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's going to knock me off. And last but not least, I want to talk about, I'm going to do a lot of series on this stuff, on being alone. Relationships. Get them fake friends. Get them fake people out your life, dog. They ain't for you. I'm telling you. If they ain't on the same type of wave, in the same type of time, and they ain't hitting you with some new, ever growing, ever evolving, right? Becoming better and better with time, it's time to move forward on people. It's time to move forward, man. Because when you end up stuck, or you somewhere behaving like you ain't supposed to behaving, or you ain't where you supposed to be, ain't nobody gonna remember your real intent. Nobody gonna remember your real intent. They just gonna see that you ain't where you supposed to be, and gonna look at you the way that they want to look at you. So, don't even do it. It ain't even worth it. You got to become, I know for me, there's a whole different level that I'm trying to go to. A whole different level that I'm trying to go to. And I ain't moving or wavering until I'm on that level. Period. You know, I got people, it's like, you funny acting, or boy, you, little do they know, I'm about to go home and be by myself. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, boy, you funny acting. Boy, what? Okay. You know what I'm saying? They like that. But I'm like, move around. Like, beat it. You know what I'm saying? Even though in my heart I want to be like, all right, let's, you know what I'm saying? Beat it. Because I want it. You know what I'm saying? And being alone, for a lot of y'all, is a gift. It's a gift. Accept that gift. Don't run out and create nothing. Don't run out and accept that. I'm talking to men. This channel's for men. Don't run out and create nothing. You done did that a million times. I'm telling you, get on your purpose. Work on whatever you trying to do. You might got something that you working on that's gonna change lives and make millions of dollars. But you trading it for nothing. For a couple minutes of fun. Don't do it, man. Stay rooted, man. Stay determined, stay dedicated to your vision. That's the first one of these, man. I'm gonna do a bunch of these joints because it's so much that I gotta break down that I just can't even get it all out. But remember, dream big, work hard, live great, don't stop. It's your boy Sean Rock. Till then, I'm signing out. Peace.